Hello, and welcome to another edition of Coffee Talk with Immigration Attorney Brian D. Lerner. We are talking about advanced degree PERMs in this set of videos. And again, there might be some overlap with regular PERMs, but I'd like to get out the specifics of advanced degrees so you're a little more knowledgeable how to make it go forward. I mean, if you can save 5 years of time waiting before you get your green card, you'll take advantage of it, right? Okay. Now the employer must have a EIN number in order to file a PERM. So, even households where they're trying to file PERM for, domestic helper or something to that effect. Someone who's not on what's called Schedule B, where it's determined there are sufficient workers in the U.S., must have an EIN number. So don't try to get around that requirement, because there's been lots of cases where there wasn't a valid EIN number, and it turns out that the PERM was ultimately denied. So make sure you get that. Now, what happens if on the PERM there is a typo error, or there's something where was a mistake and you couldn't correct it? Well, keep in mind that once the application is electronically filed, once you hit that button, it cannot be corrected. So you want to make sure, first of all, that everything that you put in there is what it should be before you continue, before you actually submit it. So review it and review it again to make sure. So for example, there's the posting of the job that's required, okay? And on some applications there was somebody forgot to put in the actual date of the where it began, where the first posting started. Well, of course, that was denied because that is part of the requirement for the PERM in order to see when the postings occurred. Now, here's the exception. There's what's called the fundamental fairness exception. So where there are errors that are clerical and not material to the actual application itself, then you basically won't get a denial. There'll be an opportunity at the later point to correct the situation, since it was just clerical. But you run into the issue, what is clerical, what is material, what is procedural, what is not. So the bottom line here is to dot your I's, cross your T's, make sure that everything is properly done, and assuming that you have an immigration attorney that's helping you, make sure that that attorney knows to do everything basically perfect the first time, so you won't have to go and explain or try to get something from being denied later because it's either clerical or not clerical. Okay, more in the coming videos.